Back in 2018, when the British government was debating the Brexit Withdrawal Act, there was an outcry about the legislation concerning animals. Were they deliberately omitting the crucial clause in the EU Lisbon Treaty, which speaks of animals as sentient beings? It's just a passing parenthesis in Article 13 of Title II of the Lisbon Treaty, but it speaks volumes, for it means that for those legislators, it scarcely needed to be said. And perhaps even more important is the scope of animals that are included. For the Lisbon Treaty explicitly includes fisheries, where it instructs the EU's citizens and corporations to pay full regard to the welfare of animals. But here's another point. Even before the 2009 Lisbon Treaty, the Council Directive of 1998 already affirmed that all farmed animals should enjoy the so-called 5 freedoms, and fish are among those animals. And surely that directive did not intend that farmed animals should enjoy better freedoms and greater protection than wild ones, in cases where wild ones are also used for our food. Yet that is often so for the fish. Now, I'm a philosopher, and a philosopher of a particular stripe. With my philosophical hat on, I would say that it's topsy-turvy to think that our treatment of animals should be scaled according to whether science tells us that they are sentient or intelligent. We shouldn't be asking for proof of sentience before we respond with kindness, any more than we would ask for proof of intelligence before responding to a crying child. The more voiceless and vulnerable our fellow creatures are, the more they need our protection. When we try to suggest that creatures need to be like us before we're willing to care about them, it's then that we should question the moral intelligence of our depraved human race and its misplaced assumption that moral answers are given by science. How can we, as moral beings and as citizens of the European Union, stand by and watch as fish are electrocuted, asphyxiated, and treated to the most abhorrent cruelty, while the biodiversity of the ocean floor and the other creatures that harmlessly occupy their respective positions in the delicate balance of nature are swept away by the industrial-scale fishing methods of huge trawlers? Shame upon us all. Now is the time to ensure that we put things right. Fishing must be scaled down, traditional and more humane methods must be used, and we must protect not just the greatest, but also the least of the flora and fauna whose home is our beautiful blue oceans. Our fellow creatures are enjoying none of the 5 freedoms that this EU has expressly declared they should have.